Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we will be covering all the new exciting changes in Warzone Mobile's recent 2.4.0 update. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get straight into the video. Alright, starting off with the first prominent change you'll notice is UI improvements. Specifically, the in-game lobby home screen that now will feature your player model and weapon choice is a really nice touch, and it brings a lot of cool personalization and customization to your game, which is really nice to see. Alright, and for the second change, they brought in a brand new vehicle to the game from Warzone 2 specifically. This is going to be the Heavy Chopper. The Heavy Chopper is basically a really insane carrier helicopter that is absolutely massive in the game. I think this is really cool. I remember when I was playing on stream not too long ago, a few days ago, I was freaking out of how massive it was. I was so unexpected, and I didn't even notice that they added it in. And if you guys want to know where you guys can find this Heavy Chopper, which is a really massive helicopter, literally just go to military base. There's always one that spawned there. And yeah, for the third change that I noticed within this new update is that they added controller sensitivity support and controller sensitivity values. So now within your game settings, and when you go to controls and you go to sensitivity, you'll now see options to customize your controller horizontal sensitivity and your controller vertical sensitivity. This is going to be really useful for some of you who do want to use controller and who happen to play on controller already. That I do want to mention is this: various weapons within this new update got specific balance changes that happened to them, which there are a lot. There's a few LMGs, there's a few ARs, there's a few SMGs, and a few battle rifles. Starting off with the AR category, we do have the ISO Hemlock. The ISO Hemlock got nerfed. The M13B got nerfed significantly with 4 changes, and the STB 5.56 assault rifle got the most buffs in the game in terms of AR in the AR category. They really did a good job with the mid-range damage distance increase and the mid-range damage overall reducing it as well, sort of to balance it out and give it an increase in leg damage. So the STB is going to be a really hard-hitting assault rifle this update, and I'm excited to actually make a video on it for you guys and give you guys the best gunsmith class in the future. Another thing in terms of the battle rifles, the FTAC Recon battle rifle was literally buffed in the game. It's actually like buffed everywhere in terms of movement speed, damage, range damage, and all that kind of stuff. The Lockman 7.62 battle rifle got a buff as well. It got a movement speed buff, and the SO14 got a buff as well. The TAC UV, which is a very interesting battle rifle because I've used it before, and I'm not really a huge fan of it because like the vertical recoil on it is kind of a lot. But the cool thing about it is that they increased the minimum armor damage, and they also increased the movement speed overall on that gun. So I'm actually really excited to give it a try this season and see how it holds up against my TAC Q56. G category, we do have, obviously, overall submachine gun hip spread accuracy was increased. So, if you're hip firing with any SMG, the accuracy is going to be a little bit better overall. The BAS P got an ADS movement speed, damage ranges are increased, and it also got a minimum armor damage added to semi-auto firing mode within Warzone as well. So now that's going to be in Warzone Mobile. The Lockman sub was literally nerfed to the ground, unfortunately, so its headshot damage got decreased, its burst fire leg damage was increased, and then the burst fire time between shots decreased, and then the burst fire torso damage was increased as well. So it kind of got nerfed in a few ways, and then it got buffed in another. So basically it's still alright. The MX9 got a sprint to fire speed increase, which is kind of nice, and the Vaznev unfortunately got a headshot damage decrease. So now they decreased the damage of headshots with this gun, but the Vaznev is still very good. Moving on towards the last category, which is the LMGs, and really 2 LMGs received changes, which is going to be the RAL LMG. The RAL LMG had a headshot damage nerf, and it did get added a minimum armor damage, which is added with the semi-firing mode to Warzone Mobile. Now it's semi-auto. In terms of the semi-auto category, it got a huge buff. So if you're using LMGs in semi-auto, which I don't know why you would be, it's going to be very powerful in that regard. Now moving on to the RPK. The RPK did receive a slight nerf within mid-range damage, but that's not really going to do a whole lot towards the RPK, because we all know that the RPK is a very sound LMG that's literally going to be able to take over lobbies, especially if you pair it with a really good player that knows what they're doing. Honestly, like I said, the RPK is just an outstanding LMG, and there hasn't really been an LMG that really can be forthright against it. So I'm excited to see what players use in this current meta. but I know exactly what I'll be using. I'll be sticking to my ARs and SMGs, so I'm pretty comfortable there. The last thing I do want to mention within this update that's really important, and I think a lot of people got misunderstood, and there was some false promises being made and also misinformation being spread on YouTube about a certain setting that was supposed to be coming to the game, which is changing your graphics. Now, a lot of people thought that we were going to be able to change graphics, which is not the case. And I made this very, clear in my recent update video that I was talking about this, because one of my other fellow friends made a good point about why this change is not going to be coming soon, and that would mess up optimization. Optimization is a huge deal within this game, and like I said, I think the devs are taking a very, very good time and taking their time with the development of this game, making sure it's optimized. And I know a lot of people within the Warzone mobile Discord server, and also people that I've just been listening to on Twitter, they've had a hard time playing the game on phone and really low-end devices, which is obviously still a concern that Warzone mobile needs to still fix. However, like I said, we probably won't be able to change our graphics until, like I said, probably global release. And there's also another setting that was really sort of anticipated and not really. That would have been a nice touch to add. It would have been FOV, but FOV is also for the same reason. A lot of people thought FOV was coming. FOV is not going to come either, because that would mess with optimization as well, and they need to make sure the game is optimized before they add the two crucial settings to the game. Now, overall, I will say that this update has honestly been a pretty decent one so far. Honestly, there hasn't been too much gripes about it. There's a few nasty bugs that I do want to point out. There's obviously the aim down sights bug that will prevent you from fully aim down sights on the cast-off 74 use assault rifle, the Seiken LMG, and the RPK LMG. So those are three guns that are basically kind of weird to use right now. They are usable, but they're just a little bit weird to use in terms of the way that the animation is when you're trying to ADS with them fully all the way. But nonetheless, they are still usable, which is still nice. Hopefully Warzone Mobile fixes this within the next mid-season update. It'll be really nice for them to be able to actually fix this, and I think they'll actually do a good job, hopefully fixing a lot of bugs in the future. Another bug that's really cataclysmic, I think, right now is currently the spectator bug. Whenever you queue into games, it'll put you in spectator mode, and basically it'll be like you're dead and you just can't even, you're in the lobby but you're not, like you're just spectating, and then like you're just spectating the whole entire game. So that's a really bad bug right now that you get every few games when you're just queuing and getting into games randomly, and those are the only bugs that I've noticed. Also, one last thing I do want to mention within Warzone Mobile is that the movement changes that it received is very good. They made the movement more fluid in this game. So what that means is that it's more responsive. It's more accurate. It's more everything, right? So it's like when you press buttons, the input delay when you're pressing, your movement, buttons and things like that. And overall, just general fluidity of the game too has improved a lot. Like turning the screen and stuff like that. Dolphin diving is more responsive. Proning is more responsive. Sprinting, tack sprinting feels a little bit better too. It's like just overall, just moving around in the game and just moving from POI to POI. You're gonna have a lot of fun, and it's gonna be a nice time. Honestly, like I said, it's really nice. But once we get those changes into the game and we get more optimization, updates and just overall kind of fix the annoying bugs that are present in the game, this game's gonna be in a really good place for global release within the next few months. So I think Warzone Mobile is doing so far a pretty decent job at it, and I think this update definitely makes the game more playable for sure. Giving you a much more better experience, especially if you're on a higher end device like me, like on an iPad Pro and things of that nature. So if you do happen to play on that, like I said, make sure to comment down below. I want you guys to comment down below this video and let me know what what kind of device you guys are playing on. I'm really curious to see what you guys are using, because I know a lot of people are either playing on phone, Android, and probably Android, and just an Android phone most likely. So, but yeah, guys, this has been a fantastic video. Feel free to, like I said, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. It would really help me out, really help this video out. It gets it to a lot more people, brings a lot more awareness to all the new changes that has happened in this recent update for Warzone Mobile. I just want to say you guys are absolutely phenomenal. Also, make sure to join my Discord. It's going to be in the link in my description below if you want to be a part of my amazing Warzone Mobile community, and we can discuss everything about Warzone Mobile, regardless of guns, movement, updates, and things like that. And if you want to stay updated with me personally, like I said, all my socials and everything else, Discord is linked in the description below. And yeah, guys, so without further ado, I really appreciate everyone's time, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Peace.